Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video was going to be about basketball. However, I found something more entertaining to talk about: purse discrimination. It is a real thing. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about purse discrimination. So today's video, purse discrimination. It's a real thing. It's a real thing, and I actually was subject to it just last week at an event I went to at the Amway Center in downtown Orlando. I was going to meet a friend for my first basketball experience ever, and so excited to go. Well, more so to see her than actually see basketball, because I'm not a huge basketball or sports fan, but excited to go. So we get to the Amway Theater, and not the theater, the Amway Center, and as we're getting ready to go through security, I've got my phone up and I've got our tickets ready. I've got everything ready to throw in the basket. I've got my purse ready, you know, opened up so they can go through it. Because what happens when you normally go through security? They take your bag, they take their flashlight, they look in there, they say, hey, can you open this zipper? Sure, I'll open this zipper. And then easy breezy, you're right through to the event. So I got caught by surprise, because as I was ready to start going through the bag inspection, the lady completely stopped me and she said, I'm sorry, your purse is too big. I'm like, my purse is too big? I don't think I've ever heard that before. So I'm like, I'm just looking at her kind of perplexed, and she's like, I'm sorry, the maximum length of the purse can only be 14 inches. I'm like, 14 inches? I'm like, this doesn't look like it's 14 inches to me. So all of a sudden, bam, she whips out her tape measure and she tape measures across my bag, and she's like, nope, it's 15 inches. So I'm sorry, you can't bring your purse in. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I have my purse here. It's got all my stuff in it. I'm not bringing it back to the car. I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do? I just don't get it. So I turn around to my family and I'm like, listen, let's just go down to another entrance and we'll go in that way and we'll just go through that way and it shouldn't be any problem. But because I'm talking to them and they're looking at me, I also, I'm getting like, now a crowd is starting to form because the lady is chasing after me going, I'm so sorry, it's okay, I'm sorry, we can't let you in. So now another security guy comes over and he's got his tape measurer, and now I'm just freaking out. But now we're out in the sun, so I decide that I need to guard and protect my eyes, so I put on my sunglasses. Yes, these lovely shades that I just purchased. I think I got them the day before we went to the event. So I think they look perfectly normal. I love these glasses. I think they're awesome, but I forget that these are the sunglasses that I'm wearing as I'm now talking to the security guards who are standing around me, all with their tape measures. So now I'm like getting upset because my plan to go through to another entrance is not working. So I've got my daughter with me, I've got my husband with me, and I'm getting completely elevated now because I'm like the security guard. Now I've got the security guard, the lady who wouldn't let me in, I've got another person coming over, and I'm just infuriated because I'm like, I gotta meet my friend. I told her 6 o'clock, we're already late, I gotta get in. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? So, and now I can't go to another entrance because I'm already, they've got me marked. I'm marked, they know where I am. And the guy is like, listen, let people in with purses that are 14 inches or less. I'm like, okay. Trying to stay calm now. And I said, how would I know this before I got to the event? Where does this say this on my ticket that I can't get in with a purse that is larger than 14 inches? He said, oh, nowhere. Okay. I'm like, where does it say posted outside of this beautiful Amway Center, anywhere that it says that I can't bring a person that's larger than 14 inches? Nowhere. I'm like, okay, can I talk to a manager, please? And he says, I am the manager. I'm like, so you're the end all be all. You're the only person that I can talk to right now about this 14-inch rule. I'm like, listen, then I bend down. This isn't the purse, but I'll show you the purse. So then I bend down and I bring up my purse and I just start pulling stuff out of it. I'm like, I just came from work, so I've got my laptop. I'm like, I've got papers. I've got got my wallet. I'm like, just look, I've got stuff in here. There's nothing in here. Go through it. I'm like, when you squish it down, it's only 14 inches. So here's the actual purse now, because I switched purses after this event because I'm kind of angry at this purse. So this is the purse. This is the purse. So as I said, I'm getting elevated like I am now as I'm telling you this story, and my daughter tugs on my arm. And of course I'm like, what? And she said, Mom, seriously, take those glasses off. You look like a crazy person. And I said, I want to look crazy because I'm feeling crazy and I need to get this taken care of now. So I refused to take off my glasses. Anyway, now I'm really fuming mad. I won't take the glasses off. They're all surrounding me and I'm like, okay, I don't think this is gonna go very well after a few more minutes. There's a lot of people coming around and people are watching and stuff, and I'm getting a little elevated. But before I decide to just like give it all up, I'm gonna pull a card. I'm gonna call my friend who has some connections with people at the Amway Center. So I call her up and I'm like, can you believe it that they will not let me in with my purse? I'm like, they're saying that it's 15 inches and the rule is 14 inches. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, who can you call? So she's like, oh my God, that is ridiculous. I never even heard of such a thing. She's like, but I don't bring my purse into the game, so I don't know anything about it. She's like, but don't worry, I got your back, I'll call somebody. I'm like, all right. So now I'm pacing back and forth, and now I start going like, wow, this is a really bad example of like how I should not be handling this situation. Like, I just have to follow the rules and do what everybody else does. And if my purse isn't 14 inches, it's bigger, then we have to figure out another plan. But before that, I'm saying to the security guard too, I'm like, okay, where can I put my purse? What do you suggest I do? He said, well, you can put it back in your car. I'm like, I am not putting my purse back in the car. I'm like, first of all, we have to walk over to East Jabib, which is like super far from where we came from and parked. And it really wasn't like the best parking lot in all the world that I can think of. And I'm thinking like, there was some shady people from walking from the parking lot to the Amway. So maybe I don't want to put my purse in there because I'm going to go back. Gonna put my purse in there. Everybody's gonna see me open the trunk. They're gonna see me put my purse inside. They're gonna see me close the trunk and walk away. And bam, I come back and I'm gonna have broken windows and my purse gone or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. I'm like, is there another option? He's like, yeah, you can always lock it up. We have a lockup place. I'm like, I really don't want to lock it up, but okay, where's the lockup place? So he points down the street, and there is a box truck that looks like a U-Haul, that you just move your stuff with when you're leaving your apartment or your house and you're gonna pack up and move out. Go over there, and there's a U-Haul truck with lockers in it, and that is the lockup. So I have two choices. One, put my purse in my car by walking back to the parking lot and let everybody see it. Or two, put it in a box truck that after the guy gets everybody's stuff that's locked up, he could just drive away and take everybody's stuff and break open the padlock. So I don't feel so great about either one of those options, but I did decide to go with the locker on the box truck. That was, I thought, the safer bet, because somebody would know how to trace that business down, I think, if they decided to take away everything that was in it. And then I'm also thinking, like, is there really anything that valuable in my purse that they would even want to take in the box truck? Probably not. Just these glasses, and I'm already wearing them. So I had that in my wallet, and that was the end of it. So finally, now I tell my girlfriend, because we haven't met her yet, I'm like, listen, if you have a bag that's bigger than 14 inches, do not bring it in, because they will not let you in with it. So she's like, oh, good, thanks for telling me. So she was close enough to her car, she locked up her bag, but she wanted to bring her camera. So she took her camera, and we're like, we'll meet you inside, we'll go to the seats, and we'll just see you when you get there. And she's like, that's cool. So we get there, and it's like taking them forever to get there. So finally, she shows up, no camera in her hand. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, they wouldn't let me bring my camera in. I'm like, why? And she's like, because the lens detached from the camera, so you're not allowed to bring it in because it detaches. And she's showing them there's nothing in it, you know, the same thing. She's going through the whole thing with her camera, showing them there's nothing in here. Like, I'm going through my purse, showing them I don't have anything that's gonna do any harm. but they're not having any of it. So she had to go put her camera back. So we went through the rest of the game and everything was cool. We wound up having fun and it was a good event. The only other thing that was weird too that I've never experienced, and probably because I don't go to a lot of sporting events, is my husband came back from the snack venue and he brought a water back. And I'm like, where's the cap? And he's like, oh, you're not allowed to have caps. Like, what do you mean you're not allowed to have caps? Like, what if you, now you're gonna spill the water all over the place, or like something's gonna get in it, like falling, the debris or something's gonna fall in it and it's gonna get all in your water. I'm like, this is just crazy. So what am I gonna do with a cap to my drink? So I'm sure somebody knows why you can't have caps, but at this point, I don't know what the reason is. So I now have my water without a cap. Again, it's okay, I'll deal with it, and I'll talk about basketball another time because that's going to be another video. But anyway, we had a lot of fun. We cooled off after the purse, camera, bottle cap incident. So now this is where the purse discrimination part comes into full effect. We're leaving the game after having a great time. I'm not thinking about anything that happened in the beginning. We're talking about how entertaining it was, how exciting it was, all the fun stuff that they do, and it's like a real show. And there's a couple walking in front of us, and the lady in front of us has this enormous Louis Vuitton bag. I mean, it's one of those, hold everything bags. You just keep putting stuff in. It doesn't matter how big it is. So I'm curious now, and I said, excuse me. I'm like, did you just come out of the game? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, was it fun? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, did you go in with that bag? And she's like, of course. I'm like, so you brought that bag into the game? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, that bag? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, do you think that your bag is bigger than my bag? She's like, yeah, my bag is totally bigger than your bag. I'm like, I see. This is purse discrimination. They didn't like my bag. They didn't like this bag. But they liked the Louis Vuitton bag, obviously. The Louis Vuitton bag, I mean, it's nice. It's brown. It's got some light brown trim. But look at this thing. It's got quilted, like a nice quilted magenta color. It's got a pretty silver buckle. It's got two-tone. It's suede and leather. I got two side straps. I got the little strap so I can hold it with my arm. I got the big strap so I can put it over my shoulder. It's got a really pretty inside that matches the lovely handles. I mean, this is a nice bag, right? I wouldn't discriminate against it. But it's only a Coach, so I guess Coach versus Louis Vuitton, they weren't gonna give me a hard. They were just gonna give me a hard time, and they were gonna let her just go in with her big bag that could have had anything in it because it was ginormous, and give her no problem. And then I told her, I said, can you believe that they wouldn't let me in with this bag? And she's like, that's really weird. And I'm like, I know. I feel very, very, very discriminated against because of my purse. So I'm telling you, it's a real thing. I think that in the future, if you go to Amway and you have a bag that's bigger than 14 inches and it's a Louis Vuitton, then it's okay. So you can go there with that. But if it's anything below that grade level, I would say make sure you measure it before you go and that it's at least less than 13 inches, because in case you have that buffer where you got stuff sticking out of it, that might be a problem. You don't want to have any issues and have to put your bag in your car or in that lockup truck that can just drive away with all your stuff in it. So just beware. Purse discrimination, it's a real thing. Don't let it get to you too much though. I mean, there's probably better things that you could spend your money on than just buying a Louis bag to get into the Amway Center. But if that's something you like and you really want a Louis bag, at least feel comfortable that you probably can get in anywhere that you want. You won't have to worry about like being kicked out of places or them measuring your bag or them humiliating you in any way, shape, or form. So I think you'll be safe. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you continue to come back to watch more videos about different things that I go through. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I need more subscribers. I'm gonna keep saying that until I reach a lot of subscribers. But today we hit 75 subscribers. So we're almost at 100. When we hit that 100 mark, YouTube will give me a special little button that I can put in my videos so people can automatically click on it to like and subscribe. And that will be really exciting. So thanks again for watching. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. What?
This is what you look like.
The ring light makes it look like you got pupils.
Who cares?
Okay.
I mean, that's part of it, right? I mean, they have to look like a lunatic, right?
Okay.
All right, so I want it from the very beginning.
I don't know, what do you think? Should she have like the cat eyes and glasses on? The whole thing?
From the start? From the very, very start.
Yeah, then you can say, you just didn't say the whole time. You think that they were discriminating against you because you had your amazing cat glasses on.